Welcome back guys to my channel Junior Mastermind. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and go subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for the latest updates. Okay, let's get started. So today's topic is about Unity. I'll tell you about game objects, colliders and rigid bodies. Okay, yeah, this seems to be interesting. Okay, so here this that we have done in previous video, I'm opening that project. If you don't know how to install Unity or how to set up Unity, I have already made a video, so you can just watch that. I have told you that there will be some components once you have installed Unity, then you can enable and disable them. After doing that, you can install Unity. Unity is a powerful game engine where you can develop your own games, and it uses three things: JavaScript, JS, Visual Scripting, or Bolt, and C#. Maybe some other till this, okay? So I've told you what are these things. Okay, let's recap. This is a panel where all the things that you have imported from the location like asset store or from any another source that will appear here. You have created any kind of material or script or any kind of scene will be shown here. Okay, what is this? This is a panel where all the things that you have inserted in your scene will be shown. Okay, what is this panel? This panel is known as inspector. If you click on any kind of object like directional light, all the properties of that will be shown. And the main property of any mesh, the default properties are transform, mesh filter, mesh renderer, and box collider. Or it can be any collider, like if I insert a capsule. And you can see there is no box collider but a capsule collider. You can see. Okay, now let me tell you what is a collider. I know everyone knows the meaning of colliding or collision. Like I am duplicating this and I will move it a bit on the y-axis, and I can change the scale on the x-axis. Okay, something like that, and from the z-axis too. So I can just change it to like 3, the z from y I meant. Okay, so this cube, when we hit it, will not go through it, will stop because it has collider enabled. You can even edit the collider like this. Okay, but I am leaving it by default because that's the perfect one. Okay, now I've told you about box collider. Like if you have any object here coming from here, and like a player, suppose this is a player. Okay, and you're coming from here and hit it, then you will see it will collide with it. But if you have not enabled the collider, it will go through it like this. If you have enabled the collider, it will stop here. But in scene view, we can go through it. But in the game view, it is not possible to go through it in the runtime. At the runtime, okay. So what I'll do here is I'll tell you about the properties first, so we can simply jump into coding without any further delay. Okay, so what I can do, what I want actually is okay, just press F on your keyboard or double click here. So this is a camera preview. When I'll just click on the game scene, it is like this. So we can go from X something like this, Z something like this. Okay, now in the game view it is like this, and we can simply change it to something. Okay, everything's fine. Now what I want it to move from here to here. Okay, I want to move it from here to there To do that, I need to apply some force from here. Okay, but how can we do that? That is just very simple. We have to apply some force. But where? Because there are many directions, X, Y, and Z. It can apply force here, so it will go up. It can apply force here. It can go backwards. If it can go, it can apply force here. It can go forward. It can apply force here. It will go sideways. Okay, so we can create a script which will control this, which will handle this. Okay, so let's go in this, and first I'll tell you how to create a folder in it. Okay, right click, create, and C# script. Before that, I'm just creating a folder, and I'm just going to name it as scripts, where all the scripts will be saved. Okay, create a C# script, and I'm just going to name it as movement script. Okay, now it's loading in Visual Studio because I double click here, means I just click, I press the enter key, so it is loading in my editor. If you want to know how to set up Visual Studio for Unity, just comment down below. Okay, it will be like this. Let me explain you what it is. Okay, there are some sentences written like using system.collections, using system.collections or generic, using Unity engine. What is this? We are importing some things, some libraries or some things from the Unity, means we have to import them to access some Unity methods. Okay. Now what is this? This is a class, base class. Okay. And it has many things in it. If I'll press control and click on that, it will take some time. You can see this script. It has many things. You can see if I press on some, it will tell about that. So this is a script. Okay. Okay. So what is this? This is a command which will not be executed at the runtime when Unity game will be loaded. Or this, we can write anything by just adding two slashes. Okay. This is like, this is start function. Okay, and what start function actually does is it is called before the first frame of date. Like you may have heard about FPS. FPS is like, first person shooter or frames per second. So that is just the same thing, frames per second or first person shooter. So first person shooter is different thing, which is a kind of a game, and FPS, which is, first frames per second, which is different. Okay, this function void start runs at the starting, and this update function runs automatically non-stop, means it just runs until the game ends. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to just add some force non-stop, means we don't want to stop it, we just want to add some force on that cube. Okay, let's try doing that. Okay, but how can we do that? We can just change the position of it, means it will go from here to here, or we can simply add a component called rigid body, which will be helpful for us. Okay, now I'll tell you about rigid body. We have done box collider, and this is about rigid body. And these are known as components. All are the game objects that are inserted. Game object. This is also game object. This also. This also. Okay. Rigid body is kind of a component which controls many things of any mesh. Okay, like there is some information about that. Mass, drag, angular drag, use gravity, yes or no. This is the checkbox. And kinematic, is it kinematic? Or there are some another options also, like if you want to freeze the position of that, or rotation. Okay, let's do it. So I'll just go to my script here, and I'll just write some line of code. Okay, Now you can see carefully here what I am doing actually. So to do any of the thing, we have to take the reference of that object. So I'll write public, means we can take from our game, means from the editor. Okay. Game object. It can be of any type, so I'm writing game object. But we want to take rigid body one specifically, so I'll write rigid body. Now the name of the component can be any like this. But there are some rules, like you cannot write the variable name like this. Okay. So rigid body R. I'm just going to write it R or rigid. Something like this. Okay. And in the update, I can say rigid dot add force. It will add the force, and where we want, let's check it once because I don't want any kind of error. Okay, so I want it to go from here to here. Okay, it's actually adding x. So x is the first one here, means we have to write, I can write 1000 f. I'm writing f because this is the float value multiplied by time dot delta time. Now don't think much, just write with me. I'll tell you later what this does. Okay, you can see 0 errors, 0 warnings. Please subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed yet, because there will be many interesting videos like this. Now in the update you can see nothing happened. Why? Because when we have done this but not included our script, so we have to include a script. I'll just click on add component and movement script. Okay, and it says add a rigid body. I'll just simply drag this from here to here, and when we'll play a game, you can see it will go. You can see it's going, and see. Okay, if I want to make this a bit slower, so I can simply change it to 500f, which is its half. You can see it's going slowly. Okay, it's kinda slow now. So let's directly change it into 820. And what is this time to delta time? If I write simply 820f, which is 820, we're telling that's float, then you can see there will be a lot of pressure to the game object. We're writing time to delta time for the frames, so it would be kind of smooth and no frame issue would be there. You can see it's too fast because there was yeah, we have done about this today, and I think we should end the video because it will be kind of longer. So thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, comment and share my video. Thank you.